In this video, we'll be diving into the world of smart bidding and offer optimization powered by AI. You will learn what smart bidding is and how machine learning ensures the playing field is leveled between buyers and sellers. By the end, you would know where to get useful AI-backed valuations and actionable takeaways to get you started. Welcome to day 18. Welcome to day 18. Today we'll be talking about smart bidding and offer optimization. This is all about helping your customers, your sellers, maximize the value of the property they are selling through your organization. Of course, using AI. Now, what is the challenge? In today's market, every seller wants to achieve a top price. That goes without saying. So with AI, you're able to factor in many data points and many factors in order to come up with a price. And the price would adjust based on the prevailing economic situation at the time. So if the market is down and there aren't many buyers, you'd expect the value of the property to drop. On the other hand, if there is a lot of buyers, then the property price would rise accordingly. That could be part of the condition that the AI is instructed to consider when it's coming up with a price. But the bottom line is, with AI relying on data, then the room for negotiation disappears slightly, because now it's no longer based on what you know or who you know. It's based on the information that the AI has been trained on. We'll talk about some of the downsides and some of the challenges with this approach, but it is something that is currently in use and currently available. So AI as a whole within the real estate industry has some very, very key benefits. And we've talked about those over the last few sessions, so it's worth going back to some of those videos. But just to recap, the first thing is AI is able to go over vast amounts of data. It's able to identify trends and patterns. And these are trends and patterns that you wouldn't normally be able to see with the naked eye. But AI can crystallize that information and help us make informed decisions. It also provides data-driven insights. It's not just making things up. Generative AI is different from other kinds of AI, because AI is not just the ChatGPT, which can hallucinate. You have other AIs and models trained on specific data, and any responses it comes up with will be generated from the data that it has been trained on, rather than asking the AI to create its own answers. That's where the hallucination comes in, when an AI is asked to generate its own answers, so it can just make things up. But when it comes to automated valuation systems or the smart bidding systems, the rules are more stringent, and the parameters within which the AI can operate are more restricted. And the other key one is automation of different processes. So automation of setting of appointments, automation of booking out somebody's calendar, automation of involving one of your engineers or property managers, getting the data back from them, analyzing that data and coming up with reports and emailing those reports to different parties. All these things can be done via very straightforward, simple automation. So what are the benefits of AI for sellers? Firstly, potentially you can achieve higher selling prices by setting accurate and dynamic bids based on real-time data. That is the utopia for this. There are limitations, obviously, but we'll touch on the ideal scenario for the seller. So secondly is reduce time on the market by attracting the qualified buyers and generating more leads. So I think if everybody believes that the pricing is transparent and the pricing information is based on data that's open and accessible to everybody, I think that your buyer would be more willing to pay a price that they see on a property rather than trying to bid things down. Of course, everybody wants an offer, wants a deal, but if ultimately the price was created on data that's publicly available and transparent, then there's less room for contention. And the third one is it streamlines the selling process. If everything's automated, all the tasks are automated, and all of the decisions are based on data, then there's less room for arguments or any disagreements. And then the final one is it improves satisfaction for both the buyer and the seller, their experience and the time to completion is vastly reduced. So let's understand what smart bidding is by comparing it and contrasting it with the traditional method. So the traditional method of bidding relied on the agent or some professional using their experience and intuition. That process, the traditional bidding method, is time consuming and is definitely prone to human bias. Depends on what they see on site, the look of the seller, the look of the buyer. Many things can be factored into the human making a decision as opposed to a machine making a decision based on data. And that traditional bid may not always reflect real-time market behaviors. Whereas with smart bidding, AI algorithms analyze the data and automatically adjust the bids in real time. It considers factors like the property details, market trends, buyer behavior, and it optimizes bids to maximize conversions or target specific return on ad spend. So this terminology, return on ad spend, it's something that some professionals use to determine the value they want to achieve from a sale. So they spend X amount of money advertising and marketing, and they predetermine how much they want to make for every single dollar they spend advertising or marketing. And with AI can look at the historical trend for sale prices relative to marketing spend, and based on that can set a price for anything new that you wish to sell. So one of the ways to fully take advantage or harness the benefits of AI is, again, there's a traditional method which involves manually looking through different documents and assessing different things, and the human bias and relying on your experience and intuition. Experience and intuition vary, and not everyone's able to apply that experience and that intuition in a way that is useful to everybody that's involved in a transaction, which comes down to bias. And then there's difficulty in predicting what you do next. If you make an offer and it's rejected, then you have to go back and try and work out if you want to go 5% more, 10% higher, 15% higher, or just 1% higher. What value do you think the seller would accept? So that's a dance that happens right now, and I suspect in many ways that dance will remain regardless of what AI brings, but it would fade and become less and less potent. The alternative is AI-powered offer analysis. So that utilizes machine learning algorithms to analyze all the data, property details, the buyer profile, any financial data, and putting all of those things together would provide you with a probable figure that will be accepted by a seller based on the trends. So it predicts offer strength and suggests counter offers to maximize the seller value. So benefits of AI-powered offer optimization. Firstly, you'd make informed decisions based on data, not based on intuition. Avoid leaving money on the table by ensuring the sellers receive the best possible offers. Then the negotiation process and the client relationships, they're all transparent and backed with data. And when everybody sees the data in black and white, I think people are less likely to be contentious. So examples of smart bidding tools. So for this, I've put in here AVM tools. So these are automated valuation models, and they essentially inform the price that one would pay for a property. And typically banks use these AVM models, or a lot of lenders use it, if they do not want to send a valuer out to site. From experience, it seems AVMs are used where the borrowing is significantly less than the value of the property. So often the bank would do a desktop valuation, and that desktop valuation is essentially relying on these AVMs, so automated valuation models. Suffice to say that these AVMs would typically be location specific. So an AVM for Australia will not necessarily transfer quite neatly to USA without it being trained. So examples of AVMs are Atom's AVM, Zillow's Zestimate, CoreLogic, Total Home Value X, and Realtor's AVM. There are others, but these are 4 that I've highlighted for this session. So what are the actionable steps and takeaways for going forward? So firstly, explore and implement AI tools. Nothing to be afraid of. Just utilize them and adopt them gradually, just bite size. Secondly, identify what goals you want to achieve and identify which ones you'd want to use AI to achieve. Get in touch with an AI deployment or implementation partner like Autori, and we can engage with you and do an AI audit of your business and help you highlight the areas where we believe that AI would bring the greatest benefits to your business. And continue to learn and continue to explore and subscribe to this channel, because we'll continue to bring the very latest in AI news and AI tech to you. So before we close this session, it's worth mentioning some key things, and I touched on this earlier. Firstly is that the importance of ethical considerations when using AI. It's unfair if you have unfair advantage over your buyers. So it's something that you'd want to think about, because your buyer today might be your seller tomorrow, or your seller today might be your buyer tomorrow, and how you treat the other side would be reflected in how they perceive you as a business and you as an agent. So be ethical, be responsible, and be transparent with your use of data. Second thing to think about is AI is a tool. It's not there to replace you, it's there to enhance your experience. Human judgment would always be there. As an example, if the AI is trained on data up to 2022 or 2023, and you are using the AVM in 2024, it is likely that AI could get certain things wrong, especially where prices have changed significantly in a short space of time. In that situation, the value that the AVM produces could be completely incorrect. So that's something to think about. What data was used to generate a price, and why is that price the price that was produced by the AVM? And this is where the human oversight comes in and your expertise will come in. So your experience is not wasted. It is still useful, but used in conjunction with the AI solution will provide a much better experience for your clients. Okay, so partner with us. We are Autori.ai. Do get in touch. Our email address is uat@autori.ai. Website is autori.ai. We provide AI-driven solutions, so solutions to automate your businesses. So what does that mean? It means we can provide you with a solution where appointments for viewings can be booked automatically. We can provide chatbots that would respond to your clients automatically based on any kind of GPT you want to create. So you might want to create an agent GPT just from your business. We can provide a solution that would supply answers to your clients when they have any questions. We can also help you develop custom GPTs that you can utilize within your business and share with your other branches. And the final one is a custom knowledge base. What does this mean? Custom knowledge base is essentially all of the data that you've gathered over the years. Shouldn't go to waste. If they're sat in paper form or sat on some machine somewhere, it can all be put together in software used to train your own private model and your own large language model, and presented to your staff and your colleagues or any business interests with presented to them so that they can query it using normal natural language processing. So do feel free to reach us. We will get in touch with you once you contact us. So join our waiting list, and until next time, keep investing, keep learning, and keep hustling.